All right, sir, from the Abuja Network Center, we are going to be taking it off here with a discussion of vehicle inspection. Yes, a lot of people drive vehicles on the road, but how many people know about roadworthiness of a car? Most times you see a car very rickety. Some cars have been on that road for like 20, 30 years, and they just drive them anyhow they want. Most drivers, when you ask them, do you know what is roadworthiness, they will just be looking at you. They may understand what it means for a car to be roadworthy. So we are going to be looking at that, and we're going to be discussing it in details because we have someone in the studio that is going to tell us about the roadworthiness of a car, when and how a car should, on what kind of car, how long, what is the span years for a car to be driven by a person. And I have in the studio no other person than Dr. Yusuf John Suberu. He is the National Coordinator, FCT Squadron, and FCT Squadron leader of the RTO and VIO Mayo of the Federation. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Sir, let's take it off here. What car is roadworthy? What does that mean?
Let me use it in a very simple terms. When you are actually fit to be out every morning, that's how a car also need to be fit to be able to go out. Now, take for instance, your tires are very important. Now, this raining season, one of a very, very small component of a car called wiper, and then your AC in the vehicle. Now, without that and a proper light, you will not be able to have proper vision to be able to drive to where you are going, and that could actually cause crash. And you know, one thing that I'm so passionate that pains me a lot when it comes to crash is that people don't crash on something on their own, they crash on other people. So your negligence may also cause somebody who is actually very, very cautious of driving. You see, that's the reason why everybody's hands needs to be on deck on this, because you can't say, oh, it's not me. If it's not you, what that person will do will affect the next person. It's just like you're driving without a car that have proper brake system, and then you have to crash into one other vehicle, and that vehicle can crash another one, and then before you know, you see the actions of that, but it was caused by just one person. So now our cars needs to be properly checked. It's just that you wake up in the morning, you have to go around your car. These days we have more digital cars who will tell you everything on your dashboard. If your tire pressure is down, it will show you. If your engine has something is faulty, it will show you. And then there's this light that pop up in the engine, that check engine. Now, I'll always equate it to human body. It's just like when you have headache. Now, it doesn't mean that your head, something is wrong with it. It simply means there's a signal that something is wrong with the body system. So now, go take paracetamol or just to shut down that headache. It's actually a temporary situation. Now, some people shut down without diagnosing to what is wrong, and then you fix it. And guess what? If you fix what is wrong, the check light automatically off. If you fix your health when you discover that this, you know, normally automatically the headache on its own just go, because the signal has been taken care of. Now, this is what happened with our car. You see, some people are with an expiring tire, and that tire can just explode in the motion, and then that causes a crash. Somebody's life can go for it. So you need to put this together, not because of the VIO or the road traffic officers that is going to stop you, but for your own life and the people you may probably be conveying at that time.
Okay, there's this thing I've been meaning to ask. You see some cars, as in the exterior, looks very rickety, as in as if the car is not going to move. Then you see the driver driving that car. And when you ask, they will tell you, don't mind the body, that the engine is intact. So is it okay for a car to look scattered from the outside and the engine is okay?
When that is off the road. That's
when we see them on the road.
No, the problem is, you see, that's the reason why we need the general public also to help. When you see a vehicle like this, you should not even patronize them because your life is in danger. Now, we are trying our best in the city of Abuja. I will always commend my director, Director Bello, for what he's doing. If you notice today in Abuja, you see VIOs are everywhere, and then road traffic officers are on the road. Now, in Directorate of Road Traffic Service, there are units there. Now, the road traffic officers are the ones you see on the road, despite the fact that the uniform is the same. Now, we have vehicle inspection in the inspection center. Now, those vehicle inspection officers, now, they were given a directive and an initiative that, look, this is safety and service. In the morning, we're on the road just to make sure that there is free traffic flow. And you see, now, when we come across this kind of rickety vehicles, you see that they were apprehended, take to the office, and then you hear a lot of people shouting, they have arrested our vehicle. Is that actually fit to be on the road? The answer is no. Please, if you see such, please alert us, let us know, and then we will do something about it.
But I also feel that you people don't do enough sensitization and awareness for people. For instance, how many times do you see awareness campaign, maybe on TV and radio, different languages for people to really understand these things?
Okay, we're trying our best. We'll improve. It's a process. Yeah, so we're trying our best. We improve. And that's why when I got this invitation, I came. Early mornings, I have quite a lot on my table, but I tell myself, I said, on this purpose, I will drop some of the plans I have and then make sure I'm here to also tell people about going on. So if you want me to speak like 3 languages now to talk about this, maybe I'll start with Jama.
No, you have to do that. No, you have to do that and package it and bring it so that we hear it. Now, let's get back to the discussion. We're still discussing roadworthiness of a car. Now, you've talked about the exterior. And then when you are checking these things, because these days you hear people say, if I don't try to, there are some persons, this is actually their only source of livelihood. They don't have any other thing. So when you arrest these vehicles, what is the procedure? What do you do?
Now, we check what is wrong with the vehicle. You are instructed to fix, and then we'll inspect, and then we can release you back to engage your daily activity. So now, do you know the funny thing? When you registered your vehicle, you actually pay for a service of inspection. Now, it gives you days to go there for the inspection. Then they will, after the inspection officer, go through and certify that your car is road. Find that document and give it to you. You add it to your vehicle, and then you move. Now, some people don't go. But when they were apprehended, they were not like, I have roadworthiness. You have it. Was it certified? It was given to you as a ticket to go there and check your vehicle. And I don't know what's happening with some people.
Okay, they give you the certificate.
Yeah.
Then you go back like how many times in a year to check your vehicle?
Now, you can go more than 3 times. It depends on how you like yourself, right? Now, some people don't do medical checkup at all.
At no cost.
The one you register had no cost. And if they check, they tell you the span of what you have, and they tell you, this thing needs to be fixed, this thing needs to be fixed. This is the time that is remaining for this particular tire. Now, if you don't go to fix it, whenever an inspection officer or an road traffic officer see you, and they'll now see that, oh, yes, you went for inspection, and you were told about these things, but you didn't fix it. You see, now you have break the law.
But you do know that there are times people buy expired tires without knowing they buy expired tires.
Now,
is there any regulatory body that checks those things?
The same.
Where do you get this? Maybe somebody buys a tire today and he gets apprehended, and the person says, I just bought it today, I didn't know it's expired.
Do you know that there's something called trade license?
Okay.
Now, all those people who deal on vehicle parts, whatever that has to do with administration of vehicle, a place where you register under the directorate. Now, you have issues with those who register, who is operating under the ambience of law. Now, you can easily call those people and say, in fact, you can't even have that there, because when you register, we check your product and see that the product you are selling is good. And moreover, when you buy this product, look at it the same way every other thing have expiring date. That's how it's written boldly on the tire. So look at it. If you didn't see it, please ask the person selling and say, please, where production date and when is the expiring date? He shows you. So if you didn't see it there, you tell him, sorry, I don't think I can buy this because I'm sure something is wrong somewhere.
This may sound funny, but you know, the general slogan there is the fear of VIO is the beginning of wisdom. In fact, some drivers will tell you that they're into the hands of any other regulatory agent than the VIO. And why is it so?
If you check, it is hardly to see a vehicle inspection officer stop a vehicle that have some deficiency and then we're asked to sort that out on the road. No. The policy is you apprehend somebody who has broken the law, bring them to the office. So they don't like coming to the office because when you come, it's just like somebody who deliberately see the traffic light working and decide to run through the red
traffic.
Technically, we feel psychologically that person is not okay. When person is apprehended, to evaluation.
Who pays for that?
Oh, he pays. He hook up because these are the things you do before engaging the stare. Because we're trying to find out why this person behave like this. Or take, for instance, as beautiful, gorgeous you are looking, I stand up here and I slap you. You should think that something is wrong with my hair, because I should appreciate what God has created and how gorgeous you look, not messing it up. So now, in that case, we were trying to find out what's wrong with this guy. Maybe medically it's not okay. You know, a lot of people are actually walking on the road. Medically, they are not okay. I'll tell you a story of a man. This is quite quiet and cruel. Anytime he comes to the house, he just enters his room. So people felt it's his character. But some years back, he got sick and then taken to the hospital. The patient came up and realized that there's a hole in his brain.
Oh, wow.
And by then, it was late. So look at what is happening with the family, the people around, the way he treats them, and nobody could relate it to medical issue. So we check these guys to see that they're okay, and then send them to training school again to re-inform them and deform them
at their expense.
Yeah, because after going through this, next time you'll be cautious and you want to do that. Now, one day, I closed from work, and I was on my way home along the what's the National Assembly quarters, and the traffic light was walking. They were driving, so I stopped, and I was trying to tell a very responsible young man physically, but mentally, I believe it's not okay. And then I talked to him, brother, can you see the red light sets? You should stop so that you give the space for other people. The guy ran through my leg, climbed my leg.
Wow.
So you see, now I'm trying to help. I was now imagining if I was directly in front of the vehicle, so he would have run me over.
Okay, do you have any mechanism to check people's state of mind when they come for license?
Yes, of
Because
course.
we know that people go to various driving schools to learn drive. Privately, we have the privately owned driving schools where people go to. So when they come for license, is there any mechanism to check their mental status? Because from all what you are saying, anytime something happens, the first thing you will do is mental evaluation. So is there a mechanism to even check before that person is given a license to drive?
Now, there are documentation before you get to acquiring a license. There are little things that I could possibly engage in that will tell how much of your behavior. Yeah, because take for instance, I asked and suddenly you are getting angry. I tick you down. I know something is not okay. Yeah, I push something in again, push, and then emotionally, and I can tell you, come back again, or refer you that you should please bring a report. Because somebody react, and then you know something is not right. And then you have to apply wisdom, because somebody that is mentally derailed can just blot out, even in the office, and just go out of control. So you manage the situation and then get to talk to them also to know that it is for their own good.
So how do you check those who get their licenses through the back door using your officers?
If you give me one right now that has the license,
well, you cannot say it's not happening.
I'm saying, if you give me one person from here and said, this Baba, just arrange the camera, have a fake license, you live here.
It's not like a fake license, but it's just that the person will not go through this checks that you're talking.
You can't get a license without going through, because you'll be captured.
As in real?
Yeah, you'll be captured. Now, that capture gives you a temporary status before the main one. So when that is stuff, as I captured you, it produced. So now for anybody somebody asks that, give me your passport to go and make license for you, I'm telling you that license is fake.
Okay, now where does the vehicle inspection officer's job start and stop between, where the VIO and the FRSC? Where is the boundary? Because a lot of people are confused. Sometimes you hear people saying that these people, they do each other's job. So how do you draw the line?
Okay, to start with, right? The job of a vehicle inspection officer and then a traffic officer starts on the road and ends on the road.
Okay, except when they take a car to the office.
It's still on the road.
So that is just purely...
Yes, it starts on the road and ends on the road.
We issue the licenses.
The license?
And driver's license.
Yes, of course.
The vehicle inspection officer.
The vehicle inspection officer is the custodian of the document, because the signature you see on license belongs to the Director of Road Traffic Service. Now, and the law says a document that I append my signature on, I produced it.
Okay, is there an age limit for somebody to drive?
Technically, you are an adult when you are 18.
Okay.
So below that, you are not an adult. Don't come for the license.
But have you come across people below 18 driving? Because we see them in Abuja.
You see, that
you just see kids driving.
Children, if they were apprehended, they are going to impound the vehicle, because without the license, you are not permitted to be on the road. You are a hazard to many other people. So, talked about conflicts of job in road safety and vehicle inspection and road traffic officers. Road traffic, when transportation is the residual law, what I mean is that every state can decide how their transportation system runs. Okay. Right. In that regard, you can decide to, do something that is not same as what's happening in Kaduna or Benue State, right? Now, the road safety has a great job to do on our highways, but there's something I need to tell someone. If there is an accident close by and it's not a highway, and you see a road safety officer, and then the road safety officer said, it's highway, I cannot come there, how will you feel?
Bad.
So sometimes you think the conflict of job is there, but
okay, but it depends on the emergency.
It depends on
when it is an emergency.
When it's an emergency,
other
they
person
can come in and assist at any time to evacuate.
So I guess I won't be asking you about overloading and all of that, because that clearly is FRSC. When you see a vehicle and with two persons in front, it's none of your business.
Let me tell you something. We need to break this. There's something I need the public to understand. Vehicle administration is anything that has to do with vehicle. Okay,
so that means even the people in the vehicle?
Yes, of course, because the moment you start the vehicle, you are now our concern. You are now very special to us, because if anything happens, it bounces back to us. Now, overloading is not allowed.
But are you aware that it is becoming like, I was actually saying the other day that it's as if it has become, because you see it every day. 2 in front, 4 at the back.
Now, I will start with the people.
And I'm sure when you were coming to Pape, you must have seen it.
Because the traffic is there, and I didn't really pay attention to the road because I was not operating on the road. I'm coming to the studio.
Okay, your attention is clearly...
Yes, so if I'm going now, I'm going to also look. But there's something I noticed while I was coming. There's a park beside the road, and then you notice that the people are still on the road. So it creates a lot of problems. Like, okay, these guys that say they are unions, okay, we've been able to recognize you. Said, okay, stay here, operate within this place. Let there be traffic flow, right? But now, the problem is, these guys still leave the road, the park area, and park on the road. Very, very wrong.
All right, your last words.
When I want to assure
in 1 minute
people of Abuja that also with the presence of my honorable minister, Yesom Wike, Barrister Yesom Wike, the body language tells that everybody put themselves further. So please do your best and do the right thing, because without that thing, you may be apprehended and pay for it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yusuf John Suberu. You are out there, you're driving a vehicle, you have heard it all.